Thank you very much. Thank you, Jim. My name's Marshall and I tell lies about things. I make paintings about people who are real in situations that are not real, and I write poems that describe those imaginary events. So all the stuff that you see here tonight, by courtesy of the wonderful people at Desire who hung it up there, anybody who buys anything, all the money that Desire would normally take, or I would normally take, goes to Bear Cottage down in Manly. So I think it's just a wonderful opportunity. I'm very grateful to the people for letting me stick my stuff up here. I'm going to read a couple of the poems that are associated with the paintings, and I'll start with a semi-humorous one. The one that involves sort of top second from the end painting. There's a place in New York in 23rd Street on the way down towards the High Line that used to house just about every important artist of the last 60 years or so. Musicians, artists, poets, all stayed there by courtesy of a wonderful eccentric guy called Stanley Bard. Stanley Bard was one of the co-owners of the Chelsea Hotel. And we've had reference here tonight to the Chelsea Hotel. The Chelsea Hotel painting, again, is on the wall there, second from the end on the lower row. And there's a couple of them there that both involve people in the Chelsea. They're the ones I'll read the stories out about tonight. The first one is a kind of a Dylanish mashup involving a Bob Dylanish character staying at the Chelsea, which he did, and meeting the ghost of Frida Kahlo, who you may remember as the Mexican artist with the amazing monobrow. And it's called, as a tribute to Dylan, it's called Queen Frida, approximately. Down and out in New York City, icy weather chilled my bones. I was nursing a beer in a Bleecker Street bar, hungry, cold, and far from home. I asked the pale bartender where a man might find a bed. The Chelsea Hotel has poets' rates. May be free for you, she said. So I stumbled up 8th Avenue, turned my collar to the wind, in my head mixed up confusion and with smoke rings in my mind. Stanley Bard sat in the lobby, the hotel walls were mystic blue. He saw my scarred typewriter case and said, "Here's a room for you." Neon lightning split the corridor as I fumbled with my key to room 601 of the Chelsea Hotel, where ghosts awaited me. And Frida Kahlo came to greet me to be my spirit guide on the Noche de los Muertos. I thought that I had died. On that Noche de los Muertos, the evening of the dead, mixed up confusion in my mind and smoke rings in my head. Frida turned her gaze towards me. Her face was a painted skull. Through the Chelsea's threadbare curtains, Manhattan's lights burned dull. Then the ghosts of former residents crowded all around, discussing lost perceptions, every taste or touch or sound. Every singers, artists, presidents, some forgotten, others missed, all the legion of the damned from Alighieri's list. Frida walked amongst those revenants in her radiant Indian clothes. The dark queen of Los Muertos was a crown of blood-red rose. She sang her secrets to me in that Chelsea hotel room of Karl Marx and mariachis, of art, of love, and doom. Her eyes were onyx Aztec pools, her feet like pearl moonbeams, and I followed Frida Kahlo to her Mexico of dreams. Thank you very much. That's the Kahlo poem. Here's the Janus poem to go with the famous or infamous Chelsea Hotel No. 2 that Lenny Cohen wrote. Anyway, I'll just balance these things. I have to ponce my nay. poncing it nicely now. It's called Janice and Leonard, Love and Limos. 27 years between Port Arthur, Texas and the bloodstained carpet at the Landmark Motel. Lots of miles, the bumpy road along tracks and potholed blacktops. Then rolling down 66 to Hollywood Boulevard toward the journey's end. Yet, in the Chelsea Hotel, memories live like visions of a quiet afternoon when two people shared something that seemed like love on an unmade bed. Private moments of happiness held in the safe deposit box that is the rundown old hotel's threadbare parietal cortex. A gift-like glimpse of the person, of the woman, Janice herself, not gilded and airbrushed by sentimental legend, added to a coincidental club of the too soon taken with Janice herself, not cheapened in song or subject to Noguchi's professional evisceration, just the spirit of Janice, laughing in the Chelsea Hotel. Thank you very much. Thanks to the good people at the bar, and buy a painting and give money to Bear Cottage. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jim.